So in this video, we're going to be talking about Aurora and Coke deal. It's an updated video regarding Aurora and Coke. So on September 17, 2018, a month before full legalization of MJ in Canada, there was a rumor that came out that Coca-Cola and Aurora were in serious talks. Coca-Cola is in serious talks with Aurora to develop MJ-infused beverages, a groundbreaking move that would signal a significant foray into the MJ sector, one of the world's most iconic consumer brands. Multiple sources familiar with the matter told BMN Bloomberg. The source said that Coca-Cola, the world's largest beverage company, is interested in developing beverages that are infused in cannabinoids, commonly referred as CBD, and non-psychoactive chemical found in the MJ plant. So there was, at one point, Coke was interested in making a CBD product for Coke, but nothing happened, and there's no rumors, and people assume that the deal didn't go through. And then soon after, on March 13, 2019, Aurora hired Nelson Peltz as a strategic advisor. And according to this article, they basically gave him 20 million shares at a price of $10.34, and he's not allowed to exercise those options until the stock price hits $31 Canadian, or $41.36 for a specific number of trading days, or he could wait 7 years of the date. The senior advisor may exercise any proportion of the options that has vested on the prior of the 7th anniversary of the date granted. But if Aurora goes bankrupt, which I don't think it's going to happen, but anything's possible because it's a business and Aurora has debt, and they wouldn't go bankrupt. BMO and all these banks would basically own Aurora. They wouldn't go bankrupt and Aurora has very valuable assets, so somebody will want to buy those assets. So Aurora has to have some kind of value at the end of the day. I don't know what that value is. I think the prices right now is very attractive, but it could go lower. It can go all the way down to $1 US, or even lower than $1 US, and there's a possibility that Aurora could try to do a reverse split if the stock goes low enough, which will reset the diluted stock. That's a possibility. So there's a lot of risk in Aurora right now. I would wait until some big news to buy. Yes, you might miss on the 20 to 40% pop to the upside when Aurora announced that fantastic news, but it's way safer to wait for the news before investing than trying to catch a falling knife at the moment. So that's my opinion on the whole subject of if you were interested in Aurora. Canada, the market sucked. Black market is destroying the legal market. When Canada legalized, a bunch of people went out and bought products, and they realized that the products from the licensed producers suck. At least according to my research, a lot of people in BC were saying that the products from all these licensed producers kind of were bad. And so a lot of people went back to the black market, and then there was a lack of retail stores in Ontario, in BC, in Quebec, which made up probably 70% of Canada, and Canada failed, but it is getting better. Ontario is going to be opening up more stores in 2020, so in the back half of 2020 we could see a rally for these MJ stocks. Don't know at the end of the day, but that's what I think is going to happen, not 100%. Europe was also a disappointment too. Europe didn't pan out to what it was. Aurora and Canopy and all these big license producers were stating that Europe is a big market. The medical market was worth hundreds of billions of dollars, but it's not worth hundreds of billions of dollars because regulations and the market just kind of the international market just kind of sucked. So Aurora sold off. Ever since that Nelson Peltz news, stock pumped up to $10 US. I was like saying Aurora is overinflated at these prices. Nobody listened to me, and the stock sold off around $6 US. I was like, okay, you know what? I think that was attractive price points here, but instead it just kept going down and down because the Canadian market sucked, and all these licensed producers were saying that sales were down and bad, and now bears are coming in and kicking Aurora while it's down, saying that Aurora is gonna go bankrupt, which might have some truth to it, but it's not 100% accurate because bears always over-exaggerate so they can try to get the stock price to go down as much as possible because they're shorting the stock at the end of the day. And then there was a guy named Gobbles, the blind guy. He came out around December 23rd. He uploaded a video talking about that Coke is coming out with a CBD product, and a lot of people were relating that to Aurora, and then after that, he just completely disappeared. He probably leaked information that he wasn't supposed to, because if this information was not true at all, he wouldn't completely disappear from social media. He wouldn't completely delete his entire YouTube channel. I did watch some of his YouTube channel, and he is blind in a sense because according to him, his brain cancer, makes him blind occasionally. So he is technically blind because of his cancer, but at the same time, he can still kind of see. At least that's according to his video. That's what he talked about. Unfortunately, you guys can never watch those videos again because he deleted them. He seems like a nice guy. He doesn't seem like he doesn't seem like a person that invests in the stock market. He just accidentally leaked some information because he decided to make a video for fun, and he accidentally leaked some information, and a lot of people say he's getting in shit for this because that is private information that he wasn't supposed to leak, and he completely disappeared from social media. So in a sense, there might be some truth to this. So, and Aurora still hasn't released any MJ infused drinks yet. So down the road, there's still a possibility that Coca-Cola and Aurora could release a CBD product. But Coke came out and they said, like, according to this article, on December 26, 2019, Coke came out and said, "The rumors are untrue," Coca-Cola said in an email statement to Bloomberg News. "As we have stated many times, we have no plans to enter the CBD market." But according to this article, they said that a bunch of Coke was thinking about getting into the CBD market, but now Coke's saying that they're not. So I don't know what's the deal here, but at the end of the day, Coke could change their mind and be like, "Oh, we changed our mind. We want to get in the CBD market. We're going to go into Canada with Aurora." They could do that, but at the moment, they're saying that they have no plans to enter the CBD market. And then Bloomberg emailed to Aurora, but Aurora did not respond to Bloomberg about a possible partnership with Coca-Cola, because Aurora is desperate right now. They don't want the stock to tank, so they're not going to say, "We're not in talks with Coca-Cola." But at the same time, because they're silent, there's still a possibility that they are in talks with Aurora. They're in talks with Coke. But again, pure speculation. Don't know what's going to happen. Coke can, if we look at Coke's balance sheet, clearly they can afford to buy Aurora. They have $7.5 billion in cash. And then they have short-term investment of another $5 billion. So in theory, they have about $13 billion of cash, while Aurora is worth $2.1 billion. So in theory, Coke could easily could invest into Aurora. Will they? I don't know. Aurora, at this point, Aurora is desperate. So if they came to Coke with the right deal, Coke might be like, maybe. But I believe that if Coke invested into Aurora stock would skyrocket, and well, of course it would skyrocket. Big money would come in and pump this stock up like no tomorrow. But at the end of the day, we don't know what's happening. Like, anything is possible in this market. But if Aurora did get a deal with Coke, Aurora would be the #1 company in the world. The only problem Aurora has right now is that they lack funds. They overbuilt and they spend too much money, and now they're in problems with debt. But no, if we look on balance sheets of other companies, there are other companies out there that have way worse balance sheet. But people are arguing that Aurora is going to run out of money because they're spending too much. We'll see what happens when the earnings report comes out, but that's the way it is. CocaCola acquires $2 billion of Monster's stake to transform brand into pure play global energy. Why did I bring this up? Because they invested $2 billion into Monster Energy on August 15, 2014. And Monster Energy basically skyrocketed after that news, all the way up from $22 all the way up to $50. And now they are worth $34.18 billion. And if we look at Monster's finances, their gross profit is 60%, so it's very similar to Aurora, and they are generating about $300 million of revenue. I think this could be a total possibility for Aurora's future. I think Aurora could make $1 billion of revenue sometime in the future, possibly even more. If the entire world becomes legal, I totally think Aurora could do it, especially if they get a deal with Coke. And a billion or $2 billion would do wonders for Aurora's stock. For Aurora's business. But at the end of the day, Coke might want to stay away from the MJ space. I don't think it really matters, because the average consumer won't even know about the stock market. Like, most consumers don't care about the stock market. But a lot of people know about Aurora, and a lot of people know about Coke. So the partnership would make a lot of sense. I wish for it to happen, even though I'm not a huge investor into Aurora. But still, I think Aurora can easily achieve this if they were just around for another 3 or 4 years and be worth at least $32 billion. But, right now Aurora is struggling. So, here's another article regarding Coca-Cola getting into the alcohol business in Japan. So, if Coca-Cola is willing to get into the alcohol business, why won't they get into the CBD and THC market? Like, why not? If, it only makes sense in my opinion. So, my thoughts are, I don't know what's going on with the rumors, but there's still a possibility Aurora could get a partnership deal with Coca-Cola in the future. Don't know if they will, but it's a total possibility. Aurora being at these prices, Coke would get an extremely good deal. But will they do it? I don't know at the end of the day, but I hope so. I hope so for all the bank holders. I know people who have a lot of money invested into Aurora, and they're not happy right now. So for their sake, I do hope that in the future, Aurora gets a deal with Coca-Cola. But that's my wishful thinking. I don't know if it'll happen. I know. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this content. Give me a thumbs up. It helps my channel grow. Subscribe for future updates. And have a great day. Bye.